U.S. and China agree to strengthen military dialogue.
President Luong meets with leaders of major U.S. corporations.
Modern and synchronized transport infrastructure paves the way for Nghệ An's breakthrough development.
Hello, so good to see you again in today's news by Nghệ An Press and Broadcasting Agency. Here we go, the first episode of the show. Chinese Premier Li Cuong and a bipartisan delegation from the U.S. House of Representatives just agreed to promote a bilateral military dialogue during a rare visit by the U.S. lawmakers to Beijing.
This marks the first visit by a U.S. House delegation to China since 2019, as part of efforts to ease tensions between the world's two largest economies. During the meeting, Premier Li Qiang emphasized the importance of strengthening exchanges and cooperation between the two countries. On the U.S. side, Congressman Adam Smith, the head of the delegation, said Washington is particularly interested in defense dialogue with Beijing, along with other key priorities such as trade and the economy. The visit comes as U.S.-China relations show signs of warming, ahead of a possible meeting between President Trump and President Xi Jinping on the sidelines of the APEC summit in October.
Iran and 3 European countries such as France, the UK and Germany, known as the E3 group, are expected to hold talks on Tehran's nuclear issue in New York early this week.
On September 21st, Iran's Tasnim news agency reported that the meetings are expected to take place on September 22nd or 23 at the foreign minister level, with the participation of the EU High Representative for Foreign Affairs and Security Policy, Kaja Kallas. This new round of talks between Iran and the E3 comes after the UN Security Council failed on September 19th to pass a resolution extending the easing of sanctions on Iran under the 2015 nuclear agreement, officially known as the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, JCPOA, between Tehran and world powers. Last month, the E3 group triggered the JCPOA's snapback mechanism, which allows the UN to reimpose sanctions within 30 days if Iran is found to be in violation of the deal.
On the morning of September 21st local time, the Vietnamese President Luong just met with the leaders of the U.S. retail giant Costco and aerospace company Boeing. The meeting took place during his trip to the U.S. for the 80th session of the United Nations General Assembly, which also included bilateral activities.
During the meeting with Costco CEO Ron Vacris, President Luong praised the company's business results and its growing demand for Vietnamese export goods to supply its distribution network. The president highlighted Costco's initiative to establish a strategic cooperation framework aimed at developing production capacity and supply chains, calling it a direction well aligned with Vietnam's strategic priority of deeper integration into global value chains, particularly in key sectors such as agriculture, seafood, textiles, footwear, and light industry. On the same day, President Luong also held talks with Boeing Commercial Airplanes CEO Stephanie Pope regarding Boeing's strategy and its cooperation commitments with Vietnam. The president expressed his appreciation upon learning that Boeing had completed delivery procedures for new aircraft to Vietnamese partners. He also urged Boeing to continue close coordination to ensure the timely delivery of signed orders, along with effective operational plans and financing solutions.
Upcoming are some updated news.
As part of their working visit to China, the Nghệ An provincial delegation, led by Vice Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee Phung Thang Vinh, attended the Vietnam-China Tourism and Investment Promotion Forum and the Vietnam-China Friendship Exchange Program held in Beijing. A key highlight of the forum was the signing ceremony of several memorandums of understanding, MOUs, between Vietnamese localities and Chinese partners. Following the forum, delegates took part in the Vietnam-China Friendship Exchange Program, a culturally rich event that drew strong interest, featuring performances of art, music, fashion, and Vietnamese cuisine. The event helped deepen mutual understanding and strengthen the friendship between the peoples of both countries.
On September 20th, the Vietnamese embassy in Thailand, in collaboration with the State Committee for Overseas Vietnamese Affairs under the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, held a seminar to connect resources within the Vietnamese community in Thailand. The event brought together representatives of the Vietnamese diaspora in Bangkok and nearby areas, including entrepreneurs, intellectuals, and students living, working, and studying in Thailand. Participants shared insights on two key topics: the teaching and learning of the Vietnamese language in Thailand, and the role of business people, intellectuals, and young people in connecting community resources to help realize the country's major policies and goals as it moves into a new era.
During her visit to the Czech Republic, Vice Chairwoman of the National Assembly Nguyen Thi Thanh held meetings with Senate President Milos Vystrčil and Deputy Speaker of the Chamber of Deputies Jan Skopacek. The two sides discussed measures to effectively implement the Vietnam-Czech Strategic Partnership Framework and make full use of existing cooperation mechanisms in the economic field. They also agreed to promote collaboration in politics and diplomacy, labor, education and training, security and defense, people-to-people exchanges, and interparliamentary cooperation, including the early establishment of a direct flight route between Vietnam and the Czech Republic. Additionally, the Deputy Speaker of the Czech Chamber of Deputies affirmed his support for the swift ratification of the EU-Vietnam Investment Protection Agreement, EVIP, and for encouraging the European Commission to lift the yellow card warning on Vietnam's seafood exports.
Over the past 5 years, Nghệ An has seen strong development in transportation infrastructure. Many key national and provincial projects have been invested in, built, or put into operation, creating a modern, well-connected, and diverse transport system across the province, which plays an important role in driving socio-economic growth and helping Nghệ An make a breakthrough. More in the story today.
In the past 5 years, Nghệ An's transport infrastructure has made remarkable progress. During the 2021-2025 period, the province has mobilized approximately VND 10,120 billion for transport infrastructure development. This investment has resulted in the completion, upgrade, and expansion of 370 kilometers of national and provincial roads, along with 1,800 kilometers of rural and other roads. Nghệ An now features 3 major north-south routes, the Expressway, National Highway 1, and the Ho Chi Minh Road, while several east-west routes connect the province to neighboring Laos. In addition to road transport, seaports and airports have also received significant investment to improve operational efficiency.
ACV and the Project Management Board are currently accelerating progress, working around the clock in 3 shifts and 4 crews. We're aiming to complete the work by November 30th so we can reopen and serve the public before the Tet holiday.
In the sectors of fuel transportation by road, driver training, and other supporting services across Nghệ An, Ha Tin, and Thanh Hoa, transport infrastructure plays a critical role in the business performance of Petrolimex Nghệ Tin Transport and Services JSC.
In the past term, Nghệ An's transport infrastructure has improved significantly, with many roads upgraded and expanded. This has created favorable conditions for businesses, enabling more timely and convenient transportation while also reducing costs.
Looking ahead, Nghệ An is preparing to launch 2 major projects, the Vinh Thanh Tui Expressway and a high-speed railway line. It must be said that Nghệ An now boasts a diverse and integrated transport system, including roads, railways, airways, waterways, and seaports. As the province continues to invest in modern and synchronized infrastructure, its capacity and efficiency in transporting goods and passengers are being greatly enhanced. This not only supports economic activities, investment, and tourism on a regional and national scale, but also gives Nghệ An a competitive edge to accelerate and break through in the new era.
The last story to send it our news today. Thank you so much for your attention. Goodbye for now.